portion of this is just going to be me distracted by the flashing lights.
Oh, the jellyfish and the or the PNGs, you mean?
Yeah, like the fact that it lights up every time we talk.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a time. I think this is why I could never be a VTuber, because I would just be so enamored by looking at the mouth move, like, oh.
I get so distracted.
Oh.
It doesn't help that my eyes change and like the everything else changes when.
Yeah. It's like glow.
Oh my god. Nick is telling me to. He texted me and said, "Look at this fat Pidgey," and I turned around, and his background is a fat Pidgey.
Interesting. It's important news, I guess.
It's very important. Yeah. Oh hey, sound alerts is offline again.
Because we're not having that shit. We're not gonna be talking about like, oh, and 5 people died, and then we hear ooh woo. Like, no.
Ooh woo.
For context later, for anybody who might be listening to this podcast at a later date, it's a podcast, but we're streaming on Twitch.
It is.
But we're not.
Oh
yeah, continue.
No, it's fine. My mic is having a fucking issue apparently.
Oh god. The thing is that we're streaming this on Twitch just so it's convenient to have it. And that way in case people want to ask questions, but we're not going to have sound alerts and we're not going to knowledge chat. So until the very end where we like answer questions and shit like that. But until then, it's just me and Breen time. It's the wifey times.
We're chatting.
Yeah, we're chatting. It's going to be great.
We're chatting.
Yeah. So, we are doing a podcast today, and the podcast is about something that Breen knows lots about and something I know nothing about.
It's going to be an adventure. I'm excited to take you on this journey with me.
Yeah. For our context, the only thing I know about shipwrecks is ships float.
Anything I've told you?
Yeah, the bare minimum that you told me. Whatever it has been like amalgamated into society about the Titanic. And the fact that sometimes ships don't float, and that's bad.
The fucking Titanic.
And then sometimes old, tiny ships full of Spanish gold crash, and we make like 5 million video games and TV shows and movies about it.
Also, that gold sells for millions.
Yes. Breen, let's find.
It's awful.
Let's find it. Let's find our Spanish gold. We'll do it.
Okay.
We can do it. With your knowledge of shipwrecks and my like, I don't know, drive, maybe, it'll be fine. We'll do it. We'll find all the gold. We'll find all the gold.
It'll be fun.
Okay, this is definitely not a time for you to be squeaking, Jessie.
It is a time for them to be squeaking.
She isn't so in love with the toys that Brutus sent her. Like,
oh, I'm so glad.
Immediately started playing. It was really funny because Justin was like, "Oh, I put the plush that Brutus sent in your room," and I'm like, "Babe, I'm pretty sure those are dog toys." And he's like,
"No,
are
dog toys.
It's a plush." And I'm like, "No, those are dog toys." And I'm like, "Squeeze it," and he squeezes it and it squeaks. I'm like, "Yep."
So those have been on our wish list for like a million years. And Brutus has used anything on our wish list as like a loophole.
To send us other stuff.
Yeah, to send us other shit.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So, Breen has kind of the schedule of like what we are going to be talking about. If you want to introduce the topic.
Hello, my name is Breen. I'm a little obsessed with shipwrecks. I figured we could talk a little bit about like but like, you know, our ship experiences, like our cruise ship experiences, if we've ever had any. I have a story that might explain why I'm a little obsessed with shipwrecks. And then I think we're gonna go into the Costa Concordia. I think we're gonna talk a little bit about that disaster.
Oh man. That's spoilers. Spoiler alert.
Is that spoilers?
For the Costa Concordia or whatever the fuck you
Costa
said.
Concordia. Costa Concordia.
Yeah,
It's owned by the Costa Concierge, which is owned by fucking Carnival.
Oh my god.
Listen, I got...
Can I tell you my experience with cruise ships before you go into yours?
Yeah, of course.
Non-existent, because I was promised a cruise between my 15th and 16th birthday, because my mom was like, hey, you can either have a Sweet 16 or a quinceañera, but you can't have both, or we can do a cruise in the middle of the two. And to this day, she has not made good on her promise. I have not gone on a cruise, and I want to go on one so bad.
Tisha, I will take you on a cruise ship.
Aw, thanks, Breen.
I will 100% take you on a cruise ship.
Uh-huh.
Next Disney trip will be a Disney cruise.
Next Disney trip. I think the closest I've gotten is, and this is going to sound like really bougie of me, but it was honestly like just an experience I was able to have. But I did go to Egypt, and then we did do like a little dinner cruise thing on the Nile. So like that's the closest thing I've done to a cruise ship. But
that's really awesome, though.
Yeah, it was a good experience. I'm not saying like, oh man, I can't believe I went to the Nile and like did a ship, but I didn't get a cruise. Like, no, that's not it. But like, it's just something that I still joke about to my mother to this day. Like, didn't get a quinceañera, couldn't be a princess. All right. So, what is your experience with cruise ships, Breen?
So, I've been on a lot of cruise ships. My family is very big on gambling, and they win a lot of free cruises, which I know sounds really bad, but like...
Oh my gosh. Fair.
So in total, I believe, let's see, I've been on Norwegian Dawn, Disney, we took the Alaskan cruise for 2 weeks, Royal Caribbean. I think I've been on like 6 or 7.
Oh wow.
To be honest. Yeah. But I believe I have a little bit of a silly story. And by silly I mean it was absolutely terrifying at the time, but I was also really small. Mm-hmm. So also I'm gonna just break it a little bit. Thank you, Nightbot, for clarifying that we won't be interacting with chat. So what happened was, it was a year after my dad passed away, so back in like 2004. My mom, it was like April roughly, she was like, I really don't want my kids, because it's been a hard year, you know, because my dad had passed away in June, the anniversary was coming up. She's like, I'm gonna really quickly, just do not disturb. She and my aunt were like, let's take the kids on a cruise ship. It'll be their first cruise, you know, they won't be thinking about the anniversary coming up. It'll take their minds off of it. It'll be fine. I was 9 at the time, and I remember being in either the arcade or kids crew. Again, I was so young, and I hate to say that I can't remember it, but our ship got hit with a rogue wave.
Oh my god.
And for those of you that don't know what a rogue wave is, I have the definition right here. A rogue wave, rogue, freak, or killer waves have been part of marine folklore for centuries. They've been accepted as real by scientists over the last few decades. Rogues are called extreme storm waves by scientists, are waves which are greater than twice the size of surrounding waves, are very unpredictable, and often come unexpectedly from directions of unrevealing wind and waves. So basically, they just appear out of fucking nowhere, and our ship got hit with 3 70-foot ones.
Oh, Jesus.
Which is kind of crazy to think about. My first cruise ship ever, a year after my dad died, got hit by 70-foot waves. You know, it's fine.
A rogue wave sounds like the superhero name of like Aquaman's illegitimate son or something like that, you know? Coming and causing chaos at people's cruise ships. It's the rogue wave! Here he has come! Capsizing unsuspecting cruise ships.
Oh god.
He almost became like
So,
the side character in a comic book. Anyways.
he out here. I'm gonna make that now. I'm gonna draw that out.
The rogue way.
If we ever do a episode 2 of the Shipwreck podcast, he'll be the guest speaker.
Yeah, it's like a fucking anti-hero.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, continue.
So basically, I was so young, I didn't remember. All I knew was there was a storm and the ship literally just went bap bap. Like, it moved so fast and, like, jostled everything. And my 9-year-old brain was like, oh, it's just a storm. And then, like, later, I found out we were the ship that got hit by 70-foot waves.
Oh my god.
So I actually do have an article here, Tisha. I can send it to you over on Discord if you would like.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Just as a note, New York Times is a bitch. But I'm not going to read the whole article. I'll basically give you a little synopsis. More than 2,000 passengers of a cruise ship that was pummeled by a 7-story wave off the coast of Georgia came ashore in Manhattan yesterday, some vowing never to sail again. The ship was like a cork in a bathtub when the storm hit, said one passenger, Celeste Mal. They took their honeymoon. He said he'd gone to the ship's atrium on deck 7 to take pictures on Saturday when the wave crashed in the front of the ship, sending chairs skidding and people running for cover. People started fighting with the members of the crew and blaming them for the storm. It was chaos. The ship was on its way back to New York from Miami on Friday night when it went sailing through rough weather. Passengers said the storm buffered the ship for almost 11 hours, keeping many of them up all night before the wave hit the ship at 6:10 a.m. on Saturday.
God damn.
So, I'm pretty sure I was either like... I'm positive I was in an arcade.
Oh my god.
But now reading that was 6 in the morning when this happened, I'm not sure if 9-year-old me was awake at the time.
Yeah, I probably slept through it. I was gonna like window like the article, but New York Times told me that I've already reached my limits of free articles. I think because the page refreshed. So the limit for those of you who don't know of New York Times articles is one. And even then a singular article for a minute, and if something happens that refreshes the page, then you're fucked unless you want to get limited access for the low $1 a week. So this is why Prince
I had to sign into my Google. I had to sign into my Google to even look at the fucking page. They heard me cursing to the moon and back overwards every time because I try to get my ad block up and I'd be like, why isn't it working? This is an ad, technically.
I know, right? So I was like, okay, New York Times, I will not show the dear audience your fucking article. This is why Prince is dead. This and the fact that, like, they never delivered newspapers to my house. So
that sounds like a you problem, a personal problem. You got a personal vendetta.
They like, you know, I'm gonna just away from the shipwrecks for a moment. Like,
oh no, it's fine. Rant away.
So you know how like people are always like, oh, those damn millennials, they just get their news from Twitter. Yeah, because Twitter's fucking free. Like, I wanted to be an adult person and have a newspaper and then eventually use those newspapers for packing materials, but they never deliver it to my house. Like, they just, like, kept taking my money.
It's so stupid.
And being like, yeah. And I'd be like, it wasn't delivered to my house. So they're like, okay, we'll get on it.
Never did.
It's still not delivered to my house. I'm going to cancel. And they're like, well, why don't you keep the weekend ones and we'll make sure it gets delivered? And I'm like, okay, okay. And then they never did it. And so then I like canceled my subscription. And then they were like, hey, you want to come back? We'll give you a discount.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, I want a discount for all the newspapers that never reached my house. So yeah.
I'm just imagining you, like, with binoculars on the weekends, looking for the fucking postman that would deliver your newspaper.
Yeah, to be honest, I said as an adult thing, but really I just wanted the funnies on Sundays.
That's fair. That's fair.
I just wanted the ads and the comics on Sundays. Like, okay. I guess I'll just... So yeah, like, this and the New York Times charging $1 to read an article... Yeah, $1 a week to read
dead.
their articles. I'm like, Okay, anyways. I'm putting my soapbox away. It's underneath the wheel. We're okay.
Oh, it's okay.
It
is 100%.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna like hard turn this captain's wheel over here until it like slides all the way off the deck.
Oh, you mean like how spoilers for the rest of this fucking podcast, how Francesco Scatino decided to try and Tokyo drift a fucking ship away from a rock?
What? You can't just spoil that.
That so
anyways.
So in my research, I actually found out the ship I was on, like my first ever cruise ship, had other issues.
Oh, damn.
So April 2005, 3 70-foot rogue waves. The third wave damaged several windows on the ninth and 10th decks. Whatever damage was not excessive. In November of 2009, Norwegian Dawn lost all the power while returning to Miami. United States Coast Guard ships and helicopters were dispatched to the scene to assist. More than 2,000 passengers on the ship had no access to running water, electricity, air conditioning, or toilet services in a hot Caribbean environment. Some power was restored, and the ship was able to make it to San Juan, not Miami, to allow repairs. And then in 2010, they experienced engine problems, and they had to leave Bermuda early. And then in 2015, they ran aground in Bermuda. They did not realize there was a sandbar, and they hit it.
Damn.
The ship was floated off the sandbar 6 hours later with the high tide and allowed them to continue to Boston.
God.
So that ship is,
That's the wrong type of bar to run into on a cruise.
How many bars do they have on cruise ships? Can't you just like roll into like an actual like, I don't know, a pool bar or something?
Yeah, right? Give me my like mimosas and my like daiquiris and what
and all that?
What are like this? Is there like special cruise drinks? Like, is there
sometimes
like a drink that you have to like? I can't have any of them because most of the time they have pineapple. But I feel like if you're like on a cruise, you have to have like a Bahama Mama or like something very like tropical. Otherwise, what are you doing?
I have photos to send you on that exact topic.
Yeah.
Hold on, give me one
Give
second.
it to me.
I gotta scroll very far back. So while I was on the Royal Caribbean, one of my favorite drinks was made for me by a robot bartender.
Ooh.
Let me.
I think I remember that. Yeah. It was a million years ago.
It was a million years ago because COVID was not friendly to the boats.
Yeah.
Here it is. Oh. Goodness. Okay. So I sent them to you. So I had the experience where I had my cocktails made for me by robotic arms, and I sent Tisha the photos. But the Fembot was my favorite drink, and it's peach schnapps, Cuervo, and just ice mixed with Sprite. So like sometimes boats will have specialty drinks depending on where you're going. And all of that fun stuff. I know on Royal Caribbean, when we went to their private island, they would give us, and you're gonna hate this, they gave us full margaritas in half-cup pineapples.
Oh my god.
And they just stuck a straw in it and like handed you a whole ass pineapple that was just all margarita.
Listen, I appreciate the gimmick. I love it. The gimmick's great.
Yeah.
I just can't have any of that shit.
Oh my goodness.
I just can't.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fair. It's fair. Like I said, you can't just like be on a cruise ship and be like, I want a scotch on the rock. Like, no, can you not?
You do encounter those people. They're in the adult lounge and they're usually miserable.
Mm-hmm.
Because the wife and kids like drag them on a cruise ship and they don't want to be there.
Yeah. Where is my folders? Hold on.
Alright. What's going on?
I was looking in the wrong folder to pull up
oh no
images.
The robot.
Yeah, the robot and then the drink. if only it would resize its. I probably should just like check in the properties before I like go like good to go.
Oh, it's okay.
All right.
But yeah, they had the drinks up on the ceiling. Like, I don't know how they had them
it's really
sticking
cool.
up there, but the robot would like literally grab the bottle and like bring it down and then just
yeah, they're really
and it would
cool.
like shake it for you. It was such a cool experience. I went there like almost every night.
This is the drink that she is talking about, the Faimbot.
Yeah,
it looks really good.
I made sure to take a photo of that because I'm like, I'm gonna need to remember this.
I think I can actually like drink that too because it doesn't have citrus or pineapple. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna move yeah, but anyways, like yeah, like because gotta be tropical, right? Like you gotta be like
Lychee, mango,
vacay mode, like pineapple, like yeah, like it has to have something that you can stick an umbrella in. Otherwise, are you on vacation? Can you stick an umbrella in Scotch on the Rocks? No, I didn't think so.
You can. It'd just be very depressing.
It'd be very depressing. It's a very depressing drink. Like, you know, you can forgive the masculinity for 5 seconds to have yourself a Bahama Mama. Come on.
A blue Hawaiian or something.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find... Okay, here it is. Alright. Are you ready to talk about the Costa Concordia?
Yes. I am ready to talk about the Costa Concordia, the alliteration.
Oh my goodness, Tisha. Okay, so I actually really wanted to talk about another boat, but this boat crashed in 2012, and there is so much like video and documentation, and like they have half of the black box. I'll explain what happened to the other half later on.
Oh God!
Did you know cruise ships have black boxes, kind of like planes do?
Really?
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense, but I didn't think that there would be enough information from like a cruise ship.
Yeah, they have them in the bridge.
Okay.
So like it records all incoming calls, any like transmissions through radios and stuff. So there is actually a lot documented on this shipwreck alone. The one I wanted to do was the Estonia, which is a ferry that ended up, it was like making a trip and it ended up sinking. And there's like this whole mystery behind it. I've only seen a few documentaries, but it still fascinates the living heck out of me. And I don't have as much research because it sank a little while ago. So there isn't as much as there is on like a most recent, you know.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't have Spanish gold, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, no, but this one might have cocaine.
Oh, Jesus! Well, those lobsters are partying tonight, I guess. Wow.
Yeah, I guess so. There's also looting and casino money and eBay auctions in this one.
Holy shit! It is a party for those lobsters.
The lobsters tried
Jerry's
selling
having
the
a very
boat.
good 50th first birthday party.
Oh my god!
It's like, what did you guys get me? Oh man, we forgot Jerry's birthday, and then the like ship like crashes down next.
Yeah, we got Jerry, the finest casino gold there is.
Guys, you didn't have to. I'll leave her the best for you, Jerry.
Oh my
Anyways,
god,
the Costa Concordia.
I feel like every time you say it, you're just saying the worst version. Okay, so oh goodness, I have the transcript and what happened and like what transpired on the days leading up to the Costa Concordia disaster, and then I also have a Word document where I literally just wrote I wrote like all of these little like tidbits that weren't in the timeline.
Oh my gosh, okay.
It's mostly like stupid things. So the construction we will start with. The Costa Concordia is owned by Costa Concierge. It's a subdivision of Carnival Cruises. So Carnival is like the big corporation, and then they have this European branch, which is the Costa Concordia, which they bought out. not the Costa Concordia, the Costa Cosieres that they bought out. Basically, Carnival owns everything ship related, and it makes me very nervous because they're not a great company. I could go on for years about what Carnival has done with their ships. I can think of like 4 atop of my head. There's been 3 fires in the last 4 years. They had the one ship that was drifting because they lost power, and everybody had to sit on the decks because the smell from the overflowing sewage was awful. Oh, and then Costa Concordia, which kind of counts as a Carnival disaster, so we'll just throw it. It's just a different version. So the Costa Concordia was launched in 2005, and it was Italy's largest cruise ship, measuring at 951 feet, with a passenger capacity of 3,780. And then, of course, what they'd like to do with any ship disaster, they compare it to the Titanic, which was 882 by 882.5 feet long and could accommodate 2,435. So, if you guys don't know, I don't like when ships are compared to the Titanic. I know the Titanic is like the big, you know, the big shipwreck that everybody likes about.
I mean, they made a whole movie about it, Breen. They made a whole ass movie. You know, Celine Dion, Breen. Celine Dion, my heart will go on.
They also made a movie about the rogue wave that hit the Norwegian Dawn in 2005, and no one talks about that one.
Because it's in the what? Like it's a Norwegian Dawn. The Titanic, Breen.
So while I have a disdain for the Titanic, though when I was younger, I did read a lot of books on the Titanic. I watched a lot of documentaries on the Titanic. But, you know, that's because I was in a cruise ship disaster, and I think that's why it, like, wired in my brain that I have to learn everything about these things and why it fascinates me. So, as much as I have a disdain for it, the Costa Concordia and the Titanic do have similarities, and I will give it that. So, the ships actually sank 100 years apart.
100 years apart. Okay.
100. So the Costa Concordia sank on January 13th, 2012, as to where the Titanic sank April 14th, 1912. So they were off by like a year. Not a year, like 2 months roughly. But it was 100 years and, you know, two months. And it's still kind of, you know, it's very close. And they also had tube compartment flooding, which is a system in a boat that kind of prevents not disasters, but like say if one of the compartments floods, then they'll be able to like still withstand the boat.
Ooh, I know that because that was like in a fucking Atlantis, yeah, right, where they like shut the doors, right? Yeah. So
they
then like
the
poor sailors get trapped behind, like
yup. So basically, with the 2-lock system, modern cruise ships now I think have a different system. But at the time when Costa Concordia was being built, that's the system that they went with. So if one of them flooded, they could still kind of like navigate the ship to safety without it listing. And listing is when the ship decides to just go over to one side or another. So, I mean, they do have their similarities. I will give them that.
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on like the locking system because I just had the most cursed thought.
Oh god, what happened?
What if they did that for like fire alarms?
Fire alarms?
Yeah,
oh
so
my
this
goodness.
Is my train of thought is like, oh man, like you have to be really fast to not get past, like to get past those doors before they close on you in the sinking water. But then I thought of like how high schoolers take the fucking forever for fire alarms. And then I was thinking
they
like
just waltz out.
Yeah, like they waltz out as like the thing could actually be burning and the kids are like, oh. So like what if it's like apart. Okay, anyways. Sorry, destructibility. Let's
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. I appreciate your input, and I am going to apologize because I know you know nothing about what I'm talking about, but I appreciate you so much, and I'm so glad you're here.
My mind just
with
went,
me.
oh, what if we just locked people with the fire? Like, same concept.
There are stories of ships that have gone on fire and they've blocked the doors, but the one ship that this happened with where they tried blocking the doors, it was made with a flammable substance.
No!
So it actually spread faster. Yeah, it was a whole... I have to figure out which ship that is. I can't remember if it's the Oceanus or the Andrew Doria.
That'll be like next podcast episode when Breen does the research.
Whenever, yeah. So basically the Costa Concordia was the largest ship Italy had currently, like the largest cruise ship. Let me go back to, I was going through my notes. I have like a million fucking things up.
Mm-hmm.
It featured 4 swimming pools, a casino, and reportedly the largest spa on the ship. It was a 2-floor spa.
Ooh, fancy.
Which is fancy.
Mm-hmm.
In July 2006, the vessel undertook its maiden voyage, a 7-day cruise in the Mediterranean Sea, with stops in Italy, France, and Spain, which became its standard route. So, I have a very interesting fact about the maiden voyage of this cruise ship.
Mm-hmm.
When they kind of premiere ships, when they kind of go out on their maiden voyage, they do this whole ceremony, and they break a champagne bottle on the side of the ship as like a whole, you know, like, hey, good luck, good voyage.
Yeah,
when they, yeah. So what happened was they went to go do the champagne smashing on the side of the Costa Concordia, and it. I'm glad you already know where this is going.
Oh no!
It bounced off and fell into the water.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
I think the only way it could be worse is if we like smash this like champagne bottle and it punctures a hole in the and like that's the only way that could go worse.
Right.
Ooh.
So this is oh man. This is a quote. It says, "If the bottle fails to break, it is considered bad luck for the ship and crew and is a dangerous omen."
With sailors being like the most superstitious people on Earth, I'm surprised they even took off. Like.
Oh wait, it gets better, because you want to know when this incident happened? So the ship sank January 13th, 2012.
Was it a Friday?
It was a Friday.
Oh my god!
It was a Friday. It was Friday the 13th at like 9 p.m.
That's so fucking cursed.
That's right. It's so cursed.
You can like conspiracy theory the hell out of that. Like Friday the 13th, sign of the beast. And then it was 9 p.m. You know what else is 9? 3 times 3. 3.
It's 666, which is the devil's number.
Yeah, he used 3 sixes to have the devil's number.
Oh my goodness. But now what they do with the champagne bottles is after this incident, I think they they made the glass thinner so it just automatically breaks instead of like hoping for the best.
Oh my god.
Cause yeah, it's a super superstitious thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like nurses in the ICU are especially superstitious. Like if you say, "Oh, it's quiet in here," or like, "Oh,
don't,"
you know, then they'll all like fucking murder you.
That's also an office thing. If it's like, "Oh, the phone hasn't rang all day,"
yeah,
someone's gonna give you daggers.
Honestly.
Let's see. So we've gone over the Costa Concordia. It's built and all of that fun stuff. It is the largest cruise, all of that. So a fun thing, the captain of this cruise ship, his name is Francesco Scatino. He's been with the cruise since 2005, since the launch of this cruise ship. And it had this incident, this crash that caused the, tragic deaths of 32 people. It was not his first incident with a cruise ship.
Oh no. Oh no. I think you mentioned this before. Oh no.
I did.
Oh no.
So in 2008, he crashed into a port in Sicily, as well as in 2010 when he was he was on a different ship in Germany, and he ended up hitting another ship because he was coming too fast into the port.
Oh Jesus.
So there were 2 other incidences before this incident, but he came back to the Concordia after the Germany incident.
Oh, what? So who let this man drive? Like, you know, if you get in enough accidents, they take away your license, right? Who lets this man, like, after all those shipwrecks?
Only on his 3rd strike.
Oh my gosh.
I read somewhere that, like, apparently hitting, like, cruise ships bumping into each other in ports happens all the time, which is, like, fine. You know, it's okay. It happens. Yeah. It's kind of like when you're, like, a little fender bender in, like, a parking lot. Like, it happens to everyone. But apparently the man was going so fast, he, like, clipped another boat.
Okay.
But they still let him drive this. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Is it really fine? I think, like, after the first one, I might be, like, hesitant to go behind the wheel. And then after the second one, I'd be even more hesitant to go behind the wheel.
If I had fucking known, if I was, like, on this ship, right, and I was walking in, and I was like, oh, who's the captain? And I had known that he had 2 other incidences, I would have rescheduled my fucking...
It's like, your captain for this evening is Francisco, whatever his name was. Like, I'd be like, you know what? Cancel my trip. I'm going to Disneyland instead.
JK, I'm going to Disney.
You know, I heard about those Disney cruises. Maybe I'll just reschedule for one of those.
Disney cruises are so nice, but there's also been a few incidences with them.
Imagine, like, you reschedule for a different time and then he's there. So then you reschedule for a different cruise line and then he's there, and you just
he's just waiting for you.
He is waiting for you. He is hacked into your emails. He is hacked into your cruise accounts. He is waiting for you. He's like, tag me in, coach. I'll show you. I'll prove to you I'm a good person. And then you'd be like, no, please,
please don't.
And then you're like,
just kidding.
Okay, you know what? Never mind. I won't take a cruise. Fine. And then he's the captain of your plane. Because what? He got his airport license too. No.
What is this, fucking Evergreen?
So then, like, you're like, okay, well, I guess I'm not flying and I can't go by boat. I'm going to get in a taxi. And you, like, hail a taxi in New York City because you really need to get home because it's raining. But what's this? Who's the driver? It's Francisco, whatever his name is.
Whatever the fuck his name is.
He's like, water in a taxi? That's almost like a cruise ship. Will be fine. Meanwhile, you're crawling out the doors, trying to open it up. It's one of those, like, murder taxis that they show you on CSI where you can't open the doors. And so you're forced to take a trip with this man.
He's like, don't worry, we'll be fine. He ends up running into a river somehow. It's a tree on the way.
He's like, oh,
opens
man.
the gap.
I should have known. The champagne bottle on this taxi didn't break open.
You know what's worse is I'm gonna talk about it a little bit, but this man lied to the Coast Guard as they were sinking. He said, "No, it's just a blackout. It's just a blackout."
What?
Yeah.
And he kept his captain's license.
Who knows? Who knows? So I can 100% see this man being like, "Oh no." Oh no, we're not sinking in this taxi.
He's like the fucking equivalent of, like, I guess, like, in Star Wars or, like, any of those other movies where they're, like, trying to infiltrate but they don't know what they're doing, so they're like, everything's fine, it's fine, don't come up here.
It's like when you're trying to open the exit gate in Dead by Daylight and the killer's, like, right there. You're like, don't worry, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Your mom hears a crash upstairs. She's like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "Nah, it's fine."
What was that? Nothing.
The cat fell. It's fine.
It was just a blackout. Don't worry.
I curse you, Francesco. Am I? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's Francesco Scatino.
Scatino. Curse you, Francesco.
I actually have a little fun fact about his last name.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I should say it now or later,
Go ahead. Yeah.
So, where the hell? So in Russian, and I know I'm probably gonna say it wrong, Skatina is a slang for coward.
Huh.
Scatino and Scatina sound very similar, so a lot of Russian people were like, "Oh,
the
coward."
Dots. Connected the
dots.
It's a flimsy connection at best. It's one letter off, but I connected them.
I'm definitely saying that wrong, and anybody that can speak Russian, please tell me if I'm correct or not. I read that while I was researching that, you know, someone was like, "Oh, I speak Russian, and we have a term for coward, and it's very similar to his name," and I just found that hysterical.
Listen, I'm not even bother trying. I'm not even bother trying. That's why I call him, like, Francesco, what's his face?
Francesco whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Listen, this man has crashed 3 times. I don't know. He deserves
3 times! 3 whole times! I can't. So I'm gonna go a little bit into, I'm basically gonna read the timeline of what happened during January 13th, like the whole, you know, situation. But I do have, and it's my favorite, I was telling Nick earlier because I forced him to watch a Q&A about the Costa Concordia while we were eating dinner tonight, just so I can make sure, like, I'm not
wait.
track.
Hold up. Let me leave and come back for 1 second.
Oh no. He's gone.
Alright. It was sounding a little like Discord's fucking up. So
I love when Discord fucks up.
Yeah, so I just want
to
clear it up. Anyways,
but
yeah, continue.
So my favorite from this entire thing is there is a log, like, you know how I said there was a black box in the bridge? So the Coast Guard also kind of has a black box where they record all incoming and outgoing calls for, like, you know, legal reasons and all of that. Yeah. There is a phone conversation between, I forgot, I'm gonna butcher his name and I feel so bad. Where is it? It's Gregorio De Falco, and he is the captain of the Coast Guard. So he calls Scatino, and I'll play it, and it has subtitles, so you'll be able to, like, listen along. It's only like 5-minute video. But like, it's the funniest shit because it's the Coast Guard basically cursing out this captain.
Oh my god.
It's beautiful. It's chef's kiss. Every time I'm upset, I listen to it.
So are you gonna screen share and then I'll listen, or?
I'm gonna go through the timeline, and then once we reach that part, because it's more at the end of the incident.
Yeah.
If that makes any sort of sense. Okay. So on January 13th, Friday the 13th, 2012, the Concordia left Civitavecchia. I am definitely saying that wrong, and I apologize. My Italian family members are going to butcher me next time I see them. At approximately, yeah, I know. How dare I not know Italian? On board, there was 1,023 crew members and 3,206 passengers. As the Concordia approached the Giglio Islands several hours later, it deviated from its standard course, moving towards the small Tuscan island for a maritime salute or a sail-by salute, which is something boats do, but it's technically illegal. Because they try to get to as close to shore as possible, and they, like, you know, beep their horn. They, like, you know, they're like flashing their lights. It's usually it's if a captain lives on the island. It's like a hey, hello, we're here. We see you. Great job on sailing. All of that fun stuff. Fun fact, Scatino thought he could eyeball it.
No.
My man was like, I've done this before. Which, not great, because he's also crashed before.
God damn.
And he eyeballed, let's see. The sail-by sloop was actually eyeballed during the incident, much like an art student trying to eyeball a straight line and failing miserably.
Oh my god, the drag, though.
Self-insert drag.
I kind of feel that, like, on a personal attack level. Hello?
Yeah, these are my notes. These are my notes, baby.
What? Excuse me. You did not have to attack me like that.
It was a personal attack to me because I was also drawing something and I couldn't get a straight fucking line.
That seems like it's in the middle.
Scatino wanted the salute to be as close as possible to another captain living on the island of Giglio. It also didn't help. The boat was going 16 knots at the time. I've looked it up. 16 knots is roughly 20 miles per hour.
Damn.
A little less than 20 miles per hour. I think it's like 18, if I remember correctly. Which is very fast for a boat. They ended up 700 meters closer to the shore than they needed to be, and because the ship was moving so fast, they couldn't turn it.
Jesus.
So, let's see. The area is known for their rock outcroppings, and at some point such a formation was noticed in the ship's path. They didn't notice it because it was nighttime until they saw, like, the white foam crashing against the rocks in front of them. They weren't using they have, like, you know, it's 2012. Boats have radars that show you, like, the underwater structures to make sure you're in, like,
make sure it makes sense to use it.
Also, at the same time, there's so many people up in the bridge that are supposed to be, like, yelling out coordinates, like, where you are, so you can check the maps if you're not using one of those maps. To make sure you're not in harm's way. Scatino, a captain for more than 7 years, ordered a change in course, but due to language issues, the Indonesian helmsman steered the boat in the opposite direction. It took 13 seconds to correct the maneuver. The boat's bow ultimately swung clear, but the stern collided. So what happened was the helmsman, who's the guy steering the actual boat, like, Scatino wasn't steering. He was basically giving orders, but he was, like, yelling out all of these. He was going 315, 340, 350, which is, you know, like, which way to turn the boat. It's just the 300s and, like, the 400s and everything is the little numbers on a compass. So if you're looking at a compass, it has, like, the numbers on it. So what happened was, because the helmsman didn't understand Italian or English, there was...
You'd think. An important job. 100 years after the Titanic, right? Like, so we know the importance of
102 months, roughly.
Yeah, 102 months. 100 years, 2 months. After the Titanic. Pretty famous. Made a movie about it. Celine Dion. That they would learn the importance of knowing how to direct someone to turn away from objects like icebergs or rocks. That you would have a helmsman or a captain or whatever that could communicate with each other on said turns. Like, the hiring process of this is astounding, that you don't have two people who need to work very closely together and talk to each other not speak the same fucking language.
Well, they do that to cut costs. They basically pick people from...
It's an important thing that you don't cut costs of.
Yeah, but also cruise ship industry, like cruises, they kind of are like, we're just gonna grab these people that we can pay very little money to, and... Which is awful to think about.
Each other. Like, you have to... Okay. Anyways.
There this language barrier, so, you know, the captain would yell something and the helmsman would go the wrong way because he didn't understand, because he can't speak Italian or English.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a whole thing.
Yeah.
So, also, they were going 16 knots per hour, like 16 knots, which is very fast. So even if they were able to swing the boat, it was going so fast that, like, I don't know if you've ever tried turning a car when it's going like 60. It's very hard to make a close turn.
I like it because it goes woo.
I like it because it goes woo.
I like
my Volkswagen does not.
I like those close turns because I'm like woo. And one of these days it's gonna tip over, but not today. Woo!
Not today. Woo! So basically, they were indeed Tokyo drifting this fucking ship to try and get it away from the rocks.
Jesus Christ.
So what the helmsman did is he saw the rocks. He's like, let me move the boat more to the right so we completely miss it. But because the ship is so big, it ended up swinging the back of the boat into hitting the rocks directly.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the stern collided with the reef at approximately 9:45 p.m. Confusion on the bridge resulted in conflicting orders, but the damage had been done. The Concordia's port side had suffered a 170-foot or 53-meter tear.
Damn.
And here's where that two-compartment thing comes in, right? So most modern cruise ships can withstand 2 of their water compartments being breached.
Yeah.
But the Concordia just had some real bad luck, because you want to know where it breached exactly?
Oh my god, where?
So it breached directly where the main engines and the main power electrical grid were.
Oh no.
Yeah. So those exact, like, if they hit any other, if it breached anywhere else, like if it breached the front of the boat, they would have been fine. They would have been fine to, like, you know, still hold their guard until they made it safely to port. But because they hit that, instant blackout, you know,
damn,
just not a good time.
Damn, that sucks.
Right? Let's see. An assessment for the damage revealed that 5 compartments, including the engine room, were flooding, and the ship soon lost power. So what happened was, I believe it was 3 of the compartments were breached. And because the flood doors were malfunctioning, because the engines were kind of a little busted, it ended up going into 5 of the compartments.
Oh, fuck.
So it ended up flooding faster, and also the power went out.
God damn.
I have to give it credit. The honest true heroes of this entire thing are the people that were working in the engine room, because they had to manually unscrew and rescrew with a singular tiny screwdriver the emergency backup generator.
Oh, Jesus.
They would turn it on, and because it was flooding, it would overheat. So they'd have to turn it on, and then they'd wait, and then they would have to immediately unscrew it if it overheated, because it would start a fire if they did.
Yeah. And
the whole time, the captain's fucking calling, like, is there water? Is there water down there? How much water's down there?
Oh my god. We'll get to you in a moment, Francisco.
Buddy!
We're a little bit of a situation. We cannot measure the water. A fuck ton, I guess.
The engine crew at one point said, we're leaving. There's nothing we could do. Everything is flooding. If we don't leave now, we'll drown, or something along those lines. And the captain was like, no, stay, it's just a blackout.
Oh my god. Dude, we can tell you that is not a blackout. This is not a blackout. Okay, I will give him credit.
Yes.
The flooding did cause a blackout for the previous moments before they put the backup generator. But that was not the main concern. What
I don't understand is why this captain decided, oh, I'm just gonna constantly ask the engineers who are working in the room where the water is breaching if there's water.
Is there water? Yes.
Is there water?
Are you sure? But are you
Hang
sure?
on. I'm gonna look up the black box on this because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, here it is. Costa Concordia black. Transcript release.
Alright, hold on. Hey.
Okay, let's see. Oh no, never mind, JK, they're asking for ad blocks shit.
Damn.
Again. Once again.
Damn.
Once again. But at one point, the black box does get a frustrated engineer saying, we cannot save it, we are abandoning ship. And everybody on the bridge just started mimicking, abandoned ship, abandoned ship, abandoned ship. And it's like, yes, abandon the fucking ship!
Fucking parrots, like
the
fucking seagulls from Finding Nemo. Abandoned ship,
mine,
mine,
abandoned ship. I can't. An assessment of the damage revealed that 5 compartments, including the engine room, were flooded, and the ship soon lost power. In addition, neither of the engines nor rudder were functioning, so the ship couldn't be steered because they had no power. And because the emergency generator wasn't working, they physically could not steer the ship, so they were just drifting now at this point.
Oh my god.
However, the wind and the stuck position of the rudder caused the Concordia to turn back towards the island, which is the one thing that Scatino did right in this situation, is he was able to get the boat as close to shore as possible and run it aground, because if it was out in the ocean, I'm pretty sure more people would have died.
Yeah, honestly. Ugh.
Which is such a tragic thing to think about.
Yeah.
While the change in direction made the later rescue easier, it caused the ship to start listing to the starboard side because it ended up hitting it hit the kind of like a beach, like a sandbar, kind of like the Norwegian Dawn. So it ended up listing more because it was kind of sitting in a weird spot. And cruise ships already have like this weird imbalance because they're so tall and they have so much going on.
Mm-hmm. So
the drifting Concordia,
you know,
they
like,
have too much
emotionally. It's a lot.
Yeah.
They're stressed, you know, student debt, finals week, you know.
That's why they do group therapy once a week in the ocean.
Yeah, group therapy. Sure. They got a party going on. You know, that's just a lot. Like,
they're just vibing.
Yeah.
So the Concordia eventually ran ground near the shore of Giglio. During this time, a panicked passenger contacted her daughter in Italy because they had no idea. None of the passengers knew what was going on because no announcement had been made. The ship kind of just shook and the power went out. And that was it. No announcements, no like, you know.
It's just a blackout, just an ordinary blackout.
Just a blackout, yeah.
Just a blackout.
So of course, like, someone's contacting their daughter. The daughter ends up contacting the police and the Coast Guard. So then the Italian Coast Guard called the Concordia at about 10:14. And Scatino downplayed the damage, saying it was only a blackout and all they needed was a tugboat.
No.
Yeah.
Francesco, you're disappointing me for the 5th time this podcast. Like...
time I thought him ended up what is it when he crashed 2 other boats before this one.
Yeah, that too, but you know, I was really rooting for the guy after his 3rd crash.
3rd time's the charm, they always say.
Yeah. What they say, you can lead a boat to water, but you can't make it oh wait, no, never mind.
I mean... Oh, also, while this is all going on, I need to really quickly say this because I completely forgot to bring it up. Scatino had a secret affair. Like, he was married.
Oh, Jesus.
But He had a lover in the bridge she had no reason to be there. No reason. She didn't even have a ticket to be on the boat.
Oh
they
my
just
God.
let her on. And like she was kind of just there. So she was on the bridge while all this was going on, and of course it became like this whole scandal because everyone's like, oh, what if he was distracted?
Yeah.
And he crashed the ship because
perfectly valid criticism of the situation. You know how like in art history I had this thing with Bernini because like motherfucking Bernini and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like Francisco is your Bernini. Like,
God, this man.
Except I actually appreciate Bernini for his like talents with arts. This man is just
this man's just a little bit of trash.
Yeah.
So the Coast Guard is constantly calling Scatino at this point. And at the same time, he's on the phone with the engineers down at the bottom of the ship. And they're all like, you need to abandon ship. We need to get out of here.
But is there water? Just tell me this.
But is there water?
Is there water? You
water?
You not have said yes or no, sir. Sir, people are dying. But is there water? Like,
but is there any water?
What color is it? Is it safe to drink? Like, can I sell it?
Is it sealed off? Oh my God. Bathwater?
Bathwater.
Costa Concordia, dirty sink water.
Okay, here's a question that just popped into my mind.
Yes.
When does something become bathwater? When does something take the transformative experience of being like regular water and change into bathwater?
I think I might have an answer for that. It's when the engineers were about knee deep in ocean water trying to fix the emergency engine.
So it is engineer bathwater.
Engineer bathwater.
Engineer bathwater. If any of them are hot, it'll go for millions.
Oh man, perfect.
But it's just like technically is a pool bathwater. Like what constitutes? Do you have to put soap in it in order for it to be bathwater?
Just a little bit of sparks coming from the broken elevator they can't use.
Okay, continue, Breen.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm having a great... Thank you for making this so enjoyable. I knew this was going to be great because I knew you weren't coming in with any information. You were just going to riff the whole time while I spew out all the details. And that's what I love about our friendship. It's wonderful.
I can't get sappy. It's the first episode, Breen. Calm down.
It's the only episode, apparently. Unless people want to see more of this. But
unless people want more.
So the Coast Guard is constantly like on Scatino's ass, like, hello, is your boat in trouble? We are getting reports from passengers. And he's like, it's just a blackout. You know, like, it's only been...
I have not confirmed with the engineers whether there is water, so I can't say for certain. They're being really dodgy with my water question right now, so I don't know. It could be more, but right now I'm going to say a blackout because they still have refused to tell me if there's water down there.
My goodness. So at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
The cruise director gets on the fucking speakers that are still working because of the emergency generator, and they said, you know, like, please remain in your rooms. We are currently just dealing with a blackout. We are currently working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? Oh, this is the captain's call again. So basically, they're like, please, you know, go back to your rooms. Nothing is wrong. It's just a simple blackout. We wouldn't want anybody falling off the boat because all the lights are off, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, because it's a blackout.
It's just a blackout.
It's just a blackout, obviously. So, like, you know,
obviously.
Spooky.
So spooky.
Yeah. How are you hearing this audio? Or are you not playing the audio?
I'm not playing the audio yet. I was looking for the transcript for the announcement that they did, because I know it's up somewhere, but I would have to pull up like a video and I don't want to scroll through like an hour-long video right now.
Okay.
So I'm trying to think. I'm trying. Let's see. So they just made the announcement that it's a blackout, but right. Sorry, I lost my entire train of thought because I was researching. So what happened was, where is it? You know how, I know you haven't been on a cruise ship, but you know how they do the muster stations right as you're on the cruise ship? This was apparently not a thing in 2012.
Really?
Yeah. So cruise ships at the time would wait 24 hours. And I do remember this being a thing where within the first 24 hours you'd be like hanging out. It'd be like your first day out at sea, and they would do the Munster Station drill where they explain like the situations. They hadn't even done it yet.
Oh no.
On the Costa Concordia, because it was still the first day. It was still within 24 hours of this ship setting sail. So they had not even done the Munster Stations. And for people that have never been on a cruise ship, that's like where you go put your life jacket on. You go to your like assigned lifeboats. And like the people that have never been on a cruise ship before, I can't imagine what was going through their brains when they were trying to figure out like what was going on.
Man, meanwhile all those like rich like frequent like goers of cruise ships are like, oh hell yeah, my time to shine.
I know what I must do.
I know what I must do. Sucks to Sackner. Go on more cruises next time. Peace.
My goodness. They actually, a lot of the passengers went, I don't trust this, I have a bad feeling, and they went and they stood at their Munster stations waiting for orders.
Yeah.
Which is good on them, but like that's terrifying to even.
Yeah, why are the fucking people
Why are the passengers knowing more and going with their gut feeling rather than like the bridge?
Rather than the bridge asking if there's water downstairs.
I can't. Let's see. At 10:39, the first rescue vessel arrived, because at this point the Coast Guard was like, we're just gonna send a one boat out, see what the situation is. They saw the boat was literally on its side at this point, and they ended up calling like the rest of the rescue operation. Approximately 15 minutes later, Scatino finally ordered the Concordia to be abandoned. So this is an hour after impact.
Oh my god.
Though, according to reports, lifeboats had already been launched. So the second, like, because there was a second power outage, and then another cruise director, like an entertainment director, was like, we'd appreciate you guys if you, like, hung out in the lounges. We don't want, you know, anybody falling off the decks, like... But, of course, at this point, the ship is listing so much that everybody knows something's wrong, so all of the passengers were, like, just getting into the lifeboats by themselves without any coordination.
Oh, God. Can only imagine.
Which is insane to think about. And the ship was listing so much they couldn't even use, like, half of the fucking lifeboat, so they would bring people to land and then immediately have to come back, and people were like jumping off the boat to get into the lifeboats.
Damn.
At around 11:20, Scatino left the bridge, right? And you know that saying where the captain has to stay with his ship?
Unless you're in the Titanic and you dress up like a woman to leave early, but go on.
Yeah, that's fair. So he told all of the officers in the bridge to abandon ship. And they all had walkie-talkies, and they all simultaneously, every single one of them except one person, abandoned the ship. Scatino, I still can't believe Scatino did this, but he abandoned the ship, and he claimed that he fell off the Concordia while conducting rescue.
Oh my god.
And landed in a lifeboat. And that's why he got off the boat. He's like, oh, whoopsie, I fell off the listing ship's deck. There I go.
Damn.
Which is insane.
He really did that.
He really did that. He also he got out of his captain's uniform and put on a tuxedo.
Why? That's
He
so
wanted to look
extra.
fancy.
That's like such a waste of time. Can't you like t-shirts and jeans it like every other fucking normal person? Like, let me take
or maybe stay on the boat.
Let me take 20 minutes to put on a tuxedo. Look nice.
I can't.
To leave the boat early.
My man went from the bridge to his room to change to then immediately get on a lifeboat to leave.
Like, he did that. All into blackout too, you know, because there were no lights.
Yeah, there were no just the emergency lights.
Yeah.
Also, there were still 300 people on board.
Oh God. So
this man just went, okay, bye. You're on your own. Good luck.
See you out.
Peace. 13 minutes after Scatino left, the last crew member departed the bridge, even though approximately 300 people were still on the vessel that was now on its side. By midnight on January 14th, the Concordia had a severe list, making the release of lifeboats difficult and forcing many to use ladders. So there's actually photos. There is a photo from... Let me see. Because they couldn't use the lifeboat. Here it is. I found it. So, Tisha, I'm going to send this to you if you would like to...
Okay.
Oh, that's not the right... Ignore that. That's the fucking Times article that you can't read.
Yeah. Oh God, what is this?
Wait, why is it...
Is it a video or...
No, it's a image. I don't know why it decided to do that. Let me see if I can just copy the image. Mm-hmm. There it goes.
Okay.
There.
Oh Jesus, hold on.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
And then here's one of the photos of the ship while it's evacuating. Well, it was still listing, but not listing too heavily, but it was still kind of impossible to get the...
Alright, oh God.
But this photo will show you how close to shore they actually were. So I can't imagine if they were any farther what it must have been like. But yeah, there's all the people waiting for the ships, like the little rescue lifeboats to come back for them. And they were all literally like just standing on the edge of the boat. And you can actually see the gash in the corner.
Well, I mean, little Timmy's not having a good vacation, is he?
Little Timmy's having a horrible vacation.
Little Timmy's like, I knew I should have asked for a Disney cruise. I knew it. I knew
I should have been on the Disney cruise. But look how close they are to land. Like,
oh man.
There are reports of people that couldn't get a lifeboat and they literally just jumped off the boat and swam to shore.
Honestly, that's probably what I would do. It's not that far. Yeah, I guess.
It's really not that far.
I guess it's like a mile or two. But, like, yeah, it's doable.
But, like, even then, it's crazy to think that this giant cruise ship ran aground.
God damn.
And, like, the entire bridge just abandoned ship, which is a huge no-no. Like, you're not supposed to do that. Because the captain's legally required to make sure everybody is safe.
Yeah, goddamn.
So, at that point, there were about 310 people left on the ship. at 12:40, a Coast Guard captain called Scatino, this is the one I was telling you about, who was in a lifeboat with other Concordia officers, and ordered him to return to the vessel and oversee the evacuation. He refused. By this time, however, rescue operations included 25 patrol boats, 14 merchant vessels, and numerous helicopters. And by early morning, 4,200 people were evacuated from the Concordia and taken to Giglio Island, which had a permanent population of less than 1,000.
Damn.
So it's a very, very small town. And all of a sudden, it's overwhelmed by all of these people.
Yeah, like they're not prepared for all that influx of people.
Yeah. They definitely also were not prepared for having a giant cruise ship stuck on their coast for, like, I think it was 2 years.
Oh god, that's a long time, especially if you need to, like, fish and shit like that, like...
Yeah, they had to close the port. And then when it was able to open, they had to, like, only use, like, precaution, kind of. Only, like, a few boats out per day, essentially. And then there was this whole, like, not rescue operation, but it was a whole operation where they were trying to lift the boat, and I'll talk a little bit about that later on. But basically, it was a big kind of, it was almost like a hindrance, but at the same time, it was almost like a blessing, because it attracted a lot of tourists. Because Giglio, much like the Jersey Shore beaches, they close in off seasons. So, like, you know, hotels close down because they don't have enough, you know, revenue, and it's like off seasons. They do that down the shore, as well. And so basically, because of the influx of travelers, they were able to open all year round for like 2 years, which I think helped a little bit because their port was closed. So it ended up bringing money, which is good to them.
Yeah, thankfully.
Which is nice. The same thing happened in Asbury Park with the Morro Castle, because I think the ship ended up running aground in like September, and it was off season. And they opened the town back up because everybody wanted to see the giant burning ship in front of the boardwalk.
Oh god.
So I found that was very So shore towns, they love and hate their ship disasters.
Yeah.
All right. So at this point, Scatino is getting his ass chewed out by the Coast Guard captain. Would you like me to share the video?
Yeah. If you, like, screen share, like, I think I can finagle something.
Okay. Yeah. Let me, I keep forgetting that we're actually in our Discord and not... Here it is. I'm gonna full screen this baby.
Okay, give me 1 second.
No problem. No rush.
And then let me see if I can do window. Streamlabs, my immersion.
Streamlabs, please.
There it is. Okay. Alright. Cool. You can play video.
Okay. This is very fun. It's 4 minutes, but it's essentially, so the guy on the what is the guy on the right side, the one that is not bald, is Scatino, and then the one on the left side is the captain of the Coast Guard. And then let me know if I need to turn it up or down.
No, I think we're good.
Okay, before I actually get into this, the Coast Guard called Scatino on his mobile phone because Scatino ended up throwing out his little walkie-talkie because he didn't want to hear the Coast Guard anymore.
Oh God.
Yeah, so it was a whole thing. I think this is a call from his actual cell phone.
Il procuratore dovevo chiamare, cazzo. Pronto? Sono De Falco da Livorno, comandante. Sì, comandante, si guarda. Pronto? Sì, buonasera, comandante. Senta, io sono De Falco da Livorno, parlo col comandante? Sì, buonasera, comandante Di Falco. Mi dica il suo nome, per favore. Sono il comandante Schettino, comandante. Schettino? Sì. Ascolti, Schettino. Ci sono persone intrappolate a bordo, adesso lei va con la sua scialuppa sotto la prua della nave, lato dritto, c'è una biscaggina. Lei sale su quella biscaggina e va a bordo della nave. Va a bordo della nave e mi viene a dire, mi riporta quante persone ci sono. Le è chiaro? Io sto registrando questa comunicazione, comandante Schettino. Allora, comandante, le dico un attimo. Parli a voce alta. Allora, la nave adesso, io sono qua di fronte... Comandante, parli a voce più alta, metta la mano davanti al microfono e parla a voce alta. Chiaro? Fallo venire un attimo, fallo venire qua. Comandante, allora, in questo momento la nave è inclinata. Ho capito. C'è gente, ascolti, c'è gente che sta scendendo dalla biscaggina di prua. Lei quella biscaggina la percorre in senso inverso, sale sulla nave e mi dice quante persone e che cosa hanno a bordo, chiaro? Mi dice se ci sono bambini, donne o persone bisognose di assistenza e me ne dice il numero di ciascuna di queste categorie, è chiaro? Guardi Schettino che lei si è salvato forse dal mare, ma io la porto veramente molto male, faccio passare l'anima dei guai. Vado a bordo, cazzo! Comandante, per cortesia. No, per cortesia, lei adesso prende e va a bordo. Mi assicuri che sta andando a bordo. Io sto andando qua con la lancia dei soccorsi, sono sotto qua, non sono andato da nessuna parte, sono qua. Che sta facendo, comandante? Sto qua per coordinare i soccorsi. Che sta coordinando lì? Vado a bordo, mi coordini i soccorsi da bordo. Lei si rifiuta? No, non mi sto rifiutando. Lei si sta rifiutando di andare a bordo, comandante? No, sto andando. E mi dica qual è il motivo per cui non ci va. Ci sto andando perché ci sta l'altra lancia che si è fermata. Lei vada a bordo, è un ordine. Lei non deve fare altre valutazioni. Lei ha dichiarato l'abbandono nave. Adesso comando io. Lei vada a bordo. È chiaro? Comandante. Non mi sente? Sto andando a bordo. Vada. Mi chiami immediatamente da bordo. C'è il mio aerosoccorritore lì. Dove sta il tuo soccorritore? Il mio soccorritore sta a prua. Avanti. Ci sono già dei cadaveri, Schettino. Avanti. Quanti cadaveri ci sono? Non lo so. Uno l'ho sentito. Me lo devi dire lei quanti ce ne sono, Cristo. Però ma ti rende conto che è buio e che qua non vediamo nulla? E che vuole tornare a casa, Schettino? È buio, vuole tornare a casa? Salga sulla prua della nave tramite la biscaggina e mi dica cosa si può fare, quante persone ci sono e che bisogno hanno. Ora! Comandante, sono il comandante in seconda. Come? Sono assieme al comandante in seconda qui. Salite tutte e due allora. Tutte e due, come si chiama il secondo? Come si chiama il secondo? Dimitri. Dimitri cosa? Dimitri Cristini. Lei e il suo secondo salite a bordo, ora, è chiaro? Come dai, io voglio salire a bordo, semplicemente che l'altra scialuppa qua, ci sono gli altri soccorritori, si è fermata e si è installata lì. Adesso ho chiamato altri soccorritori. Lei è un'ora che mi sta dicendo questo, adesso va a bordo e mi viene subito a dire quante persone ci sono. Va bene, comandante, sto andando. Vada, subito.
God damn.
Yeah, so we're just gonna close out of that. Oh, ignore that.
Like for some reason it was like echoing when I was on there. I was like, no. But I think it's fine.
Oh, okay.
It was a very low echo, but still, like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah. So the Coast Guard really like ripped into him.
It's like, you get back on the fucking boat.
Well, yeah, because the captain shouldn't fucking abandon his boat.
Still though, like, Jesus.
As a side note, that Coast Guard ended up becoming a national hero, and a lot of people have like bumper stickers and shirts that say "Get back on the boat for fuck's sake."
You get back on that fucking boat and you tell me how many bambinos, which is the only Italian word I recognized out of that whole thing. There. Damn.
It was a time.
Mm-hmm.
So I just noticed you moved them back. So yeah, the captain is shocking nobody. The captain never went back on the boat. He actually refused several times.
Mm-hmm. God damn. He has a stupid face.
Oh my goodness. Some of the photos of him are so funny.
Yeah, they literally did not choose a flattering photo of him at all.
Oh, they never choose a flattering photo of him.
They're really fuck this
his...
dude. Let's find the sweatiest ass photo.
Here it is, Francesco Scatino. Some of the photos they show of this guy. Like, this is the one that they use a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But then...
Oh, God. Alright, let me get them.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Let me see if I can find the one of him going into the courtroom that everybody uses. Here it is. I have no sympathy for this man.
He's got wonderful eyelashes, though. Oh, God. What is that photo? Alright, hold on. Sorry, people. Let me get that for you real quick. Well, these slabs was easier to import photos.
Right.
Right.
So Scatino never went back on the boat. A police officer from Giglio found him on the bedrocks with 100 passengers, and nobody knows if he actually helped the passengers, but it's stated by multiple witnesses that he was sitting on the rocks watching other people doing the rescue operation.
Oh, Jesus. This man.
This man. I can't with the fucking photos.
I'm gonna keep that one up. I appreciate it too much.
This is the one they always use whenever they're doing like articles on him.
You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it small, and so
it looks like he's in the front of the boat.
Yeah, like he's in the window, looking at us. There he is.
Like, what are you doing?
There he is. Francesco, what's his face? There he is. There he be.
You know?
There he be. There he be for all
there
times.
So the Coast Guard eventually picked up Scatino after the police officer like told them where he was. And he was brought to the town of Giglio. He basically got a big old reprimand from the like boat people there, like I forget the name of it, but it's like the name escapes me, but it's basically like where the Coast Guard kind of hangs out and operates. And then he went on the shore and got a hotel room, and it was said he was very upset.
Man.
But he perked up and did an interview literally the next morning.
Oh my god.
Let me see if I can find that interview. Here it is. Let me just make sure it's like the actual... Here it is. Okay, this is very upset. Let me share my screen again so you guys get to see this.
Okay.
This interview. It's only a minute. I know I said I would only have like 3 things. I'm so sorry. This devolved into a lot of things.
No, give me a moment before you play it. Oh, why is it every time I have screen share I can hear you guys? Here.
I don't know.
Like double sound.
Let me mute myself.
I'll do the same. But actually it's the video. It's the video too, unfortunately. I don't know what it is whenever I pop out Discord. It's like, hey, we want to hear everything.
Double the things. It's not that way on Oh no, it is. There's like a little tiny echo.
It's like an echo delay. It's low enough that it's not a problem, but I was like,
yeah, I didn't hear it until I raised the audio of the stream.
Yeah. It's like, Discord, please. No, not that. No, not that. Where the frick is it?
There goes everything.
You got it so good last time. There it is. Okay. Alright, cool.
Alright.
Italian Coast Guard say 2 more bodies have been found in the cruise ship Costa Concordia. 5 people are now known to have died in Friday's accident. However, there was better news earlier when a crew member was rescued and airlifted to safety after more than 40 hours trapped on board the stricken vessel. Meanwhile, the ship's captain, who's been questioned on manslaughter charges, has insisted his charts showed he was in deep water when the ship struck rocks.
On the nautical chart, it was marked as just water at some 100 to 150 meters from the rocks, and we were about 300 meters from the shore, more or less.
Throughout the day, teams of divers have been into the wreck, searching the hundreds of submerged cabins. Some 4,000 people were on board when disaster struck, and more than a dozen are still unaccounted for.
So I don't know why I thought this one.
Ah! Oh, hold up. Give me a moment. There we go.
What happened?
I clicked the wrong thing. That's what happened.
It disappeared for a second.
I like completely forgot and accidentally exited the call. Anyway.
Oh dear. Okay, let me.
No, I'm here. So like, what is? Are you still sharing screen or?
I am. I'm trying to. You know what? This is a 7-minute video. I don't think we're gonna watch the whole thing. Basically, long story short, and by long story I mean let me stop streaming real fast just so we don't have that weird echo. In the end, they were able to save a lot of the people, but due to the negligence of the crew, hold on. Okay. Due to negligence of the crew. Sorry, I saw your little person talking, and I was like, I didn't hear anything.
No, I didn't say
Tisha?
anything.
Tisha, are you there?
It's a stray noise. Like.
Oh. It's Jolene yelling in the background.
Honestly.
So in the end, sadly, 32 people did pass away from this incident.
Aww.
A lot of them were found in elevators, which is scary.
Mm-hmm.
There is some good news, though. They were able to rescue a couple who had slept through the entirety of the situation and woke up only to find they couldn't leave their cabin.
Oh, Jesus.
But they were able to rescue them, like, the next morning.
Oh, that's good. At least they didn't
But they had no idea.
The couple in the Titanic that, like, hugged each other. The old people that just, like, well, guess I'm gonna die.
Well, but, like, it's crazy to think about, like, that they just slept through the whole thing.
Oh my god. But also mood.
Yeah. I could sleep through it, yeah. The last body wasn't recovered until 2 years later.
Oh, god damn.
Yeah. And it was a... Oh, I'm sorry.
No, continue. Mine's just a tangent.
Oh, okay. It was a crewmate who actually stayed behind to help passengers.
Oh, that's sad.
Because a lot of people remember him, like, trying to do a evacuation, which is really sad to think about because his brother was on the boat as well, and he has been looking for his brother for 2 years, and they didn't find him until 2014.
Damn, and he was like the hero that was actually helping people instead of reporting it was a blackout. Yeah, it just made me think like I was in a patient's room and they had like their history channel on or whatever, and there was this dude that I guess was in a shipwreck. It was a cook on a ship, and he survived in a sunken ship for like 2 or 3 days in like
Holy
a little
shit.
air pocket. Yeah, like the cruise chef was like stuck in this air pocket in this sunken ship until they finally came and rescued him.
That's insane.
Can you imagine? Like, and he was like waist deep in water and shit like that.
That's crazy.
Uh-huh.
That's insane.
Yeah, I was like,
I
damn.
wouldn't.
And I wanted to know more, but the patient turned off the TV. I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh,
Let's...
you should have like been like, hey, can I turn? Can you just tell me what that was really quick?
Yeah.
My best friend would probably be very interested in it.
And instead I'd be like, okay, Mr. John Doe, like, because I can't say names. I guess we'll go into the shower now. Oh gosh.
So that is
a lot of interesting stuff, yeah.
Yeah. There was a huge issue with looting.
As one does.
Because the ship was so close to land, a lot of people could easily just swim out to the boat and steal.
I mean,
so
it's no Spanish gold, but
it's no Spanish gold, but reportedly there was eBay listings for room cards, casino coins, jewelry that was in the shops, as well as Japanese wall hanging art, because there was a gallery. So people just stole the art from the gallery. Which is crazy. Also, I'm about to send you a photo. I'm so sorry for all of those. This photo I did have as one of the original photos. Where is it? Where the fuck? What? Where'd it go? Oh, this is upsetting. I don't know where it went.
Oh man.
It should be here. It is not here. Oh no, it's here. It was from yesterday for some reason. That's weird. Here it is. So an Australian decided to put the entire Costa Concordia up on eBay.
How do you
And it was buyer to collect. Tisha, I really appreciate that he's still hanging back there.
Oh yeah. No, if we ever do another episode of it, I want it like put him in a picture frame and have him in the background. Like I want it to be there forever. Like if we ever do more of these, I just want him to be there. Like he's just there.
Guys, please ask for more of these. I need to see Spatino in a fucking picture frame. Yeah, so there's the eBay listing. It had 57 bidders. Damn.
I mean, there's no way they let him do that, but damn.
Yeah, they took the post down like immediately, but I find it really funny that someone actually tried to sell the actual boat.
Wait, let me rename this image as Francisco, my beloved. Hold on.
Can you please hang out at the bottom of like the top shelf overlay as well? God.
Let me crop him a little bit too. Now that I think about it, I can't rename him, unfortunately. Oh no, I can't. Never mind.
Oh, okay, cool.
Francisco. Not that anybody can see it, but there we go. And then that way I won't remember that he's that image. And I'm just gonna...
We'll know it in our hearts that it's
Francisco, my beloved. Francisco, my beloved.
My beloved.
My beloved.
Oh man, I'm crying over this. This is so funny.
Okay, let me crop it to size a little bit. There we go. And then that way it can be even bigger.
Oh god, please don't. This man's gonna be haunting us.
He's just hanging out, like...
He's hanging out. It looks like we need to Photoshop a knife in his hand.
He's like, hey guys, is there any water in there?
We need to know if there's water.
Is there any water? Hello? I would like to know if there's any water.
Is there any water?
We're experiencing a little bit of a blackout, if you haven't noticed. But is there any
You
water?
haven't
Yeah, he needs a picture frame.
We'll get a picture frame immediately.
If we ever do another episode of this, I just want like whatever background we
Guys,
have.
please vote for
does a
please vote
picture
for
frame.
another episode of this.
Breen also wanted us to also did a background where it was like a sinking ship, and I said I would only do it if we had life rings around our PNG tubers or like a door that we're on. But if that's the case, then we also need a life ring for Francesco. What's it say?
If that's the case, next time if we do this again,
He'll be
I'll
on
just
the
get
door.
like next time if we do this again, I'll try and get one like a PNG of like a shipwreck happening, and he's like in the background as small as humanly possible, but he's still there.
Oh my gosh. Breen had shown me the shipwreck thing, and I said like we need a life ring or a dinghy or whatever, like, or we could have a door. And she mistakenly asked which one because she thought I was talking about the two images. I'm like, no, that's a good question, because if it came down to it, like, who would sacrifice the other to be like on the door? But Breen and I are such people pleasers that like we'd be both drown. We'd both drown because our dumbasses would be trying to get the other one the door. Like,
no,
Breen, you need to save yourself.
No, you.
So now we have an answer to that conundrum. We're just gonna put the frame picture of Francesco what's his face on the door.
I hope when this man like leaves jail, like, he got jail time, by the way.
He got jail time? You failed to announce that. You just said that he got like 3 times. He was like well, that was at the very beginning. He did crash 3 separate ships. We kind of went off on a tangent with the eBay listing and then this picture of Scatino. But I'm hoping when he eventually leaves jail, which might be in 2030, he sees our podcast and sees the framed photo of him that we have. Breen, you still haven't told me why he's in jail.
Oh, okay, hang on, hold on, I got it. Man, let's see. That same month, Scatino went on trial after being denied a plea bargain. So all the other officers got plea deals as long as they literally testified against Scatino.
Oh my gosh, so this is the crash he got jail time for?
Yeah, this is the one he got jail time for.
So this is number 3.
This is number 3.
3 strikes and you're out.
3 strikes and you're out. I need to look up his actual... By this fucking point, I know how to spell his name, which is very upsetting.
I don't. I'm pretty sure I spelled it wrong.
I always forget that there's a CH in it.
C.
Let's...
I'm probably even mispronouncing his name. I just like...
Scatino. So, let's see. Prosecutors say he steered too close to the island to show off to a dancer, Dominicaser, who was with him at the helm.
The mistress. Yeah, we talked about
the
that.
mistress, yeah. Though granted, I did read somewhere that a lot of the articles that came out during this time are just using that as like, that's not really what happened.
It's like tabloids,
but we don't know. Yeah, it's like a tabloid thing.
To be honest, it does sound kind of verifiable. Like the fact that like, it seems like a very dude thing to be like, yeah, I can eyeball it. Like in front of someone they are attracted to. Ah, baby, this is simple. It's easy. I can eyeball it. I don't need no fancy computers. Look at this.
This isn't my first sail, but it's not your first fucking crash either.
Look.
So, he blamed communication problems on the Indonesian helmsman, and with the helmsman, he was supposed to testify, but he fled the country, and they still haven't found him.
Oh, Jesus.
He's gone.
Oh, man.
They don't know where he is.
He bounced.
They did end up finding him, I think, like, a few months later, but but he ended up disappearing again, and now they don't know where he is.
Oh, God.
Well, because he was the one steering the boat, so I think he thought, like, oh shit.
Oh shit, this is my problem.
Oh,
I'm in
this is my fault.
trouble.
I'm in big trouble. So the court ruling was welcomed by a lawyer representing relatives of the victims who said it represented justice. So Scatino got 10 years for manslaughter, 5 for causing a shipwreck, 1 for abandoning the ship before passengers and crew were clear, and 1 month for lying to authorities afterwards.
Oh, goddamn.
So he actually went to jail in 2017. It said he'll be released in, like, 2030, roughly.
Well, Francesco Scatini, my beloved.
Scatini, my beloved, in jail. He cheated on his wife 3 fucking times.
Well,
because this man also wrote a book.
He just likes the number 3. He's like the Holy Trinity right now. He crashed his boat 3 times and he cheated on his wife 3 times. Like,
yeah,
my dude.
My dude, please. Oh goodness. All right, let's see what else I have. What else do I have on this? So Carnival Cruise owns the Costa Concordia. As you guys know, I don't like Carnival Cruises because their entire ship line is just bad. Like, the amount of cruise disasters based alone underneath the Carnival title is way too high. So what happened was they said they were going to give every single survivor 11,000 euros, or roughly $14,000 US dollars, for damages.
I can already tell that's a lie.
Yeah. So a lot of people were upset. Rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
I
can't imagine why.
Can't imagine why. They ended up paying 1 million euros as a fine to avoid clinical trials over the whole incident. Basically, they washed their hands with it and let Scatino take the entire fall.
Oh my god. I mean, as one does.
As one does. There is a interview from some of the survivors of the Costa Concordia where someone goes, "How do you not know where your $1 billion ship is?"
Oh my god, honestly.
Because that ship was only 6 years old, and then it took $2 billion to literally lift it out of the water to scrap it.
That's... Oh god. What a waste.
A whole waste. Let me... So there's a photo of them doing the work to lift the ship out of the water, and then that's the before, like, what Costa Concordia looked like, and then after, sitting on rocks for 2 years.
Okay. Hold on.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
And then after that, I think I'm done. I think that's all I've got on this, this riveting tale of Scatino.
Scatini.
Scatini.
We just need to draw a mustache on him and put him in a frame. And then he'll be like... Scatino's, like, evil brother that's actually competent and doesn't crash ships.
Scatuno.
A Scatuno. A Scatuna.
Scatuno.
A Scatuna. Scatuna, my beloved.
Scatuna. Yeah, in 2014, they lifted the boat from the rocks and it went to a scrapyard. And it took $2 billion for that. Because, of course, the island of Giglio doesn't want a giant fucking ocean liner sitting on their rocks.
Well, obviously
where they had to close the, like, half of the port. Of course they're not gonna sit.
Yeah. So.
And then that's, so what they're doing there is they're rigging it, with, they're taking the fuel out and they're also pumping air into the boat. Air and water to stabilize it, to kind of get it back into the upright position.
Damn.
And it was a 2-year process.
God damn.
Yeah. Super crazy to think about that they were able to do that.
Honestly.
Because, like, there are a lot of boats that kind of just sit. You know, there's the, there's a boat, I think it's the Andrea Doria. Let me double check that. Nope, this is not it. I lied. Hold on. I know the name of this boat. Give me a... It is the... it is in Hawaii. It is also on the coast, but they use it as, like, a reef.
Mm-hmm.
So... But, like, again, you can... If you really wanted to, you could do the same thing that you did with the Costa Concordia. But also, it's just... It's more of a practical thing, because where the other shipwreck is, it's not really affecting anyone personally. Like, it's not affecting the trade or anything, but with here, it was.
Yeah. Like, cost efficiency. Like, if it's not bothering anyone, yeah.
Just leave it for the fish, and it became like a, it became a reef. Mm-hmm. Which is what they do. Sometimes they'll, oh goodness, what did I just do? They'll sometimes take, hold on. My mic is dying. I've been talking for so long. What they'll do is they'll purposefully sink boats that they don't need anymore to make makeshift reefs, because, like, coral and algae and fish really like shipwrecks for some reason.
Well, I mean, look at Ariel.
You're right.
Look at the Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Gas and cocaine.
Oh my god. Oh, I mentioned cocaine at the beginning of this. Thank you for reminding me. They did drug test. They did drug test Catino to make sure he wasn't driving the boat under the influence. They found no traces, but they found cocaine in his hair.
Oh my, in his hair.
In his hair.
That's like it's natural shine, you know? Let's just
that naturally
yeah. Let me get rid of these. Hold on.
You're moving Scatino over.
Let's get that. Yeah, that cocaine shine, Scatina, the beautiful eyelashes and the cocaine shine.
Oh my god, I hate this.
He looks like
he's sunburnt on his chest.
He looks like if I had an Italian uncle that likes to party way too much and makes everybody uncomfortable.
Oh, you mean like how when he was under house arrest, he went to a white party?
Breen, how do you have so many facts about Francesco? You have like so many facts to drag him with. Like, what?
You want to know why? Want to know why? Because I'm obsessed with shipwrecks, and this is one that's recent, and the captain is a guy.
Oh
a dude.
God, what is that photo, Breen? I don't know if I want to share it.
That's the photo the tabloids took of him at this party.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah, they roasted this man in Italy.
Well, I can imagine why. It's giving everyone a bad name.
Everyone a bad name. There's a here's the. This is the gash in the ship.
Oh.
As well.
Let me upload a Google see.
Because when you look up Scatino, that's one of the first things that pops up is, hey, here's the
here's his big fuck up.
Here's his mistake.
Look at this dude. Look at this gash.
Yeah. 174 feet. And it broke through 3 chambers. And also, you can see like this orange thing. That's the ladder that passengers had to use to get down to the boats.
God damn.
Are you putting him on the boat? Look, he went back! He went back!
He's just gonna cover it up. See, it's a blackout. No hull break here. It's just a blackout. Do you think there's water in there? Let me ask the engineers 5 more times. It's just a blackout.
Blackout.
Nothing to see here, people. Just a blackout.
Just the blackout. God. And then the fact that he asked, "Oh, I just need a tugboat. Nothing more.
Just need a tugboat. $2 billion later."
Yeah, exactly. Man costed an entire ship corporation $2 billion. And the ship itself was like $2 million to build, so the loss on that is a lot.
Astronomical. Oh my god.
Yeah. I do have some before and after, like it's a video. I don't know if you want me to screen share again, because I know it's silly. I don't think we're gonna watch the whole thing because it is 7 minutes long. It's what the ship looked like before and then after when they lifted it from the ocean. And I think it's fascinating to see what 2 years of being underwater would do to a luxury ocean liner.
Okay.
So let me here it is. It's super interesting to see like the difference.
Wait, actually, is this still?
Are we moving Scatino so he can watch his train wreck?
Hold on. Let me remove a couple things. We're gonna make us smaller.
Gonna move Scatino.
And we're gonna move Scatino. Alright. He's gonna be front and center. At the captain's wheel.
Oh my god. Please don't put him in the captain's wheel. We don't need another incident.
Captain's wheel.
Fourth time is not the charm.
Captain's wheel, Scatino. Anyways, alright, it's ready.
Okay.
This looks like the fixer-upper house that a white person would buy.
The first comment under this video says, "Imagine watching this and saying, hey, there's my bag."
I know. Someone's like, yeah, I can fix that. Put new plaster.
Only 20,000. Fucking, what is it? The HD TV, like...
It's like fixer-upper. Chip and Joanna are gonna come.
Here they come.
Yeah, we bought this boat. It's a real fixer-upper, but I think our budget's
got it for $2 million.
We got it for $2 million. Our budget's like 10,000. We're gonna sell it for $2 billion.
They just buy a new boat.
They just get like a fresh coat of paint and put some pillows, like fucking Love It or List It.
Oh my god, we love it. We're gonna keep the house.
We didn't have the budget to repair any of the walls, but we bought like
of the water damage.
500 pillows and 2 candles with our budget, so it looks and smells a little nicer. Oh my god, we'll love it. Fuck off.
We also left this wheelchair here for you.
Oh god.
You think you're hoping for a miracle, but hey, look, there's the water's casino constantly denies.
This looks like a fucking horror movie setup. I feel like I'm in The Last of Us again. Yep, like there's the mold that's like, there means there's a clicker down here.
Like there's nearby, yeah. This was like the pool area, like the bar.
Looked pretty fun.
Here's the casino that got ransacked.
Oh my gosh, it has a racer car chair.
Look at all the fucking machines open.
Damn.
Oh, there's all the coins.
Aw.
They're gonna go up on eBay. Larry the Lost got gifts.
Yeah.
See, I thought this was a before and after, but...
No, it's just how it be.
No, this is just an after. So this is the atrium, which is like that big center console in the ship.
Wow.
And really upsetting part of that is they found 12 people in the glass elevators.
Oh my god. Looks like a theater.
Yeah. I think a magic show was happening here that night, if I remember right.
I shall make the whole shit disappear.
If I'm remembering correctly, there was a famous magician, he was about to do the saw in half trick. The lady in, like, the backside freaked out because she felt the ship crash, had no idea what was happening because she was locked in a box, and then the power went out. The man unlatched her and ran away.
Oh, Jesus.
If I'm remembering the story correctly.
I hate that art. That was, like, weird. I hate this area.
Yeah, those chairs are not
Those
great.
chairs are awful. And they survive! That's what makes it worse.
I like the sculptures.
Oh, yeah, this is cool for the pool area.
How
is that still
selling on eBay for $1 million?
Jesus
well, these
Christ.
are like the higher decks,
yeah,
so they're
I know.
probably like,
But like still it's just like,
look at
wow.
them yoga balls.
The yoga
like,
balls survived. What?
I have no idea what this area is. Oh, this is the bridge that everybody straight up abandoned.
Damn. Here, look, you're back on the bridge. Francisco, my beloved. Crawl back on that boat.
Get back on that boat. The fuck back on that boat. That's like crazy to think about that they lifted this whole. Look at that perfectly good TV.
You know, that mattress might be a little grimy, but I think it's with some Febreze, you know.
Look at that frame. You could use that frame.
Old school TV. You know, how do you know this is in the 90s? Look at the TV.
Yeah. It was made in 2000. The boat premiered in 2006.
Then why does it have fucking bulky ass TV?
Who knows? Because Carnival's a piece of shit and they don't like putting nice things in their boats.
I guess so. No flat screens
But
for
this
you.
Yeah, this is the side that was actually underwater.
No.
As you can see by still most of it being underwater. Roll credits, Costa Concordia. Dude, this is why I wanted to do this one. Because there's so much like media around it. And it was also super recent.
Yeah.
Like 2012 isn't that far off. It's only 9 years, I think. 8 years.
8
Wait.
years.
8 years. So yeah, they use like this levee system where they pumped air to lift the ship back up. And then that's where they blocked off a lot of the island. So. So yeah. That is the story of the Costa Concordia.
Damn.
Let me see. I don't believe I have any more notes.
Okay. So we can kind of... We only got one question, but we can kind of move on to questions.
Let me see. Hold on. Oh god. Microsoft, please. They're like, you want to use your free trial? No.
Francisco, get back out there. You're no longer allowed behind the wheel. You're no longer allowed.
No, he's gonna crash the ship for a 4th time.
Yeah, so he's no longer allowed, but he has to stay outside again.
He has to stay outside.
Yeah. So we got only one question during the stream, and that was from Ty.
Do you remember?
I'm scrolling up to it.
And if anybody else has any ship-related questions.
Yeah. So Ty A. Rudd from Twitch, reading this professionally. Do you have an opinion on the damaged hull, quote unquote damaged hull, on the Titanic before it rose anchor?
So, Hi, hello. My name is Breen, and my least favorite shipwreck is the Titanic, so I sadly don't know a lot about it.
I don't know so much about that. I know they cut a lot of costs in terms of aesthetics. Like, I know they, like, didn't have, like, enough life rescue boats or whatever, because aesthetically, it was ugly. So that's one of the reasons why so many people, like, died, is because, like, they really skimped.
They only
on the
had a
recommended
single
amount.
breach. Like, they call it, was it skin deep, essentially? So they only had rivets holding the boat together, which is... So they say the Titanic was, like, an indestructible boat, but in reality, it was basically being held together by, like, nails.
I mean, honestly, when you're challenging before you even sail, not even God could sink this ship. Don't you think God's gonna be like, bet.
I got you, don't worry.
Hey, fam. I heard you had a new challenge for me.
We can usually stay safe in the woods.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't run into any cruise ships out there.
Pro Wolf 553 asks, would you buy a gently used cruise ship?
Absolutely. It's actually, wait, it depends on the cruise ship, who drove it, and also how much money, because I don't have a lot of money.
You need to, like, inspect it first, Breen. Like, maybe if, like, when I'm, like, in the marketplace to buy it, if I could
you could go on eBay. I heard an Australian song that goes
yeah.
for $1,000.
If I could throw a champagne glass against it and it breaks, then yes, that's
I'm good.
Good. Just Brutus. Oh wait, sorry. Just _ Brutus asks, would you buy any of the items stolen from the ship?
I absolutely would.
Or if found, would you loot it more?
If I was directly in the ship, or like if I was snorkeling and all of a sudden,
yeah, I don't know.
I found a ship that had.
I'm not sure. He did not specify. Dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice, I guess. So fun fact about me that I don't think many people know of. I know Nick knows. I'm actually really scared of seeing shipwrecks underwater.
You think it's gonna, like, man a dandy? Like, what?
They make me uncomfy.
For someone who likes shipwrecks, you can't see them under what?
Okay, here's the thing, right? Like, it just looks unnatural. I think it falls into that uncanny valley thing I've got. Because all of a sudden, you just see a ship underwater where it's not supposed to be. So
your brain is like, this is supposed to be above water. This does not make sense.
Yeah, my brain goes, nope.
I don't know. I think for me, whether or not I would buy stuff that was, like, from a wrecked cruise ship or whatever, do people die on that wreck? Because if there's, like, a lot of deaths,
that shit's haunted.
That shit's 100%. Haunted. Like,
that shit's haunted.
If anybody was selling me something from, like, a ghost town, I'd be like, nuh-uh, you take that cursed energy back. Like, I am not messing with that. I'm putting in
the steering wheel.
Yeah, just to put this, like, you know, put that cursed ship back, put an egg underneath your bed to do some cleansing. Like, stop. Ty Red also asked, can you summarize the BP oil spill that happened a few years back?
Is that ship related? Because I don't really. I'm so
I think
sorry.
It was,
I don't know.
because I think it was like wasn't it the BP oil spill? Like, it was like a cracked hole of a ship or something like that was transporting. I don't know, to be honest.
I sadly cannot remember. I am so sorry. I wish I knew.
Here's the summary: oil, God, and water. It was big, sad. Yet we did nothing for the conservation of the Earth. Captain Planet didn't come. No one, like, did what they needed to do, and companies still get away with that shit. Especially since there was a pipe that just burst recently with oil and caught on fire. Underwater.
Yeah, that's a new thing.
Yeah, everybody was talking about.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know a lot about it.
Yeah.
Subnugget. Yeah, I think I have that phobia as well.
Oh my gosh.
Where things are not underneath the water. Also, as a heads up, I sent to our our lovely chat a frame for our beloved Scatino.
Wait, hold up. Oh god, okay, hold on.
It is transparent. So.
It is not when I open it from Discord because...
Oh, that is so upsetting.
Yeah,
You want me to send it on Facebook?
Yeah, try that. Because Discord was like, yeah, it's transparent. And then I opened up in the browser to save it, and it was like, psych!
Just kidding.
Just kidding, nerd.
Nerd.
I don't know if these are the right dimensions, but we'll give it a shot. Alright, let me see. Just Scatino, my beloved.
Maybe you could trim his hand that looks like he's about to threaten us with a knife out.
I could probably... Can I rotate? I don't think I can rotate easily here.
I appreciate that he's become like the center point.
Yeah. Let me do my best. Maybe if I like uncrop him, he'll fit. Yeah, he'll fit if I uncrop him.
You gotta have the weird.
I will make this fit. Hold on, give me a second.
Damn it, I will make this fit. So help me.
So help me God. Alright.
There it is.
There it is. Actually, let me... No, not too much. I don't want to cut off his cocaine hair.
His cocaine hair!
It's very important that he keeps his cocaine hair. Let me
yes, of course.
folder this so that...
I hear...
It is Millie.
I hear her cat meowing.
She's doing, side girl hours.
Oh, I see.
What about pirates? You know, as a kid, I actually studied a lot of pirates, especially because I lived in South Carolina. So, like, that was like our jam. Like, that was like a thing because, you know, Blackbeard and all that shit. So I used to go to like these extra classes to learn about pirates, and it was like the funnest of my time. Fun is, yeah. That was like when I loved school. When I was a kid that loved school.
Kiddo. So I do have a fun, kind of fun story about pirates in New Jersey, which, believe it or not, we did have some form of piracy.
Yeah.
Where they would, so there were no like lighthouses on the shoreline of Jersey for a little bit, and what they would do is they would these looters essentially would, where is Scatino going?
He's on the dashboard now.
I needed to make sure he wasn't going near the wheel.
No, okay, yeah, we'll move him to the windowsill again because like he's too dangerous to be near the wheel.
He's too dangerous to be near the wheel. I appreciate nobody who like just entered the stream. Hello, by the way.
Who is this dude?
And they're like, why the fuck do they have a photo of a captain in a frame?
Only the shipwreck experts are knowers.
Are knowers, yes. So, what happened with pirates in New Jersey is they would take mules and they would attach a lantern to the, like, either their heads or like around their necks or something, and they would walk up and down the boardwalk, which would mimic a ship, like bobbing up and down in the water. So it would trick ships that are like nearby into running aground on the beaches. So then all of a sudden the looters would like come up onto the ships and start like ransacking everything.
And getting all that Spanish gold.
Getting all that Spanish gold.
Oh my God.
So yeah, that's my pirate story.
Yeah.
That'd be the pirates.
That'd be the pirates.
Tisha, do you have any questions? I know I kind of threw you into all of this.
Oh no, I've been vibing and interrupting and asking questions the whole like podcast. So
and I appreciate you for it. It's been a wonderful time.
Yeah, my questions are during, not at the end, like some plebe.
Oh, I see. We said questions at the end.
Imagine having to wait until the end to ask questions, like commoner.
Oh. Well, we appreciate everybody that has hung out with us. I had a super fun time talking about some stuff that I really find interesting. I know you should do the like Superior Shipwrecks. Those are good. Those are good because the water is actually so cold that it preserves the corpses in the shipwrecks.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah. So ships and like shipwrecks, they're super fascinating to me. I love learning about disasters and like the timelines of what went wrong and all of that. But yeah, so this has been right up my alley. It's been super fun. If you want to see it again, please let us know. This was kind of just like a one-time thing unless people are super interested in it.
Yeah. This was a redemption from our previous charity stream when we did the 12-hour stream for the Trevor Project. Someone had redeemed... Well, no, it's not someone had redeemed. Like, we have reached the goal of doing a podcast episode. But honestly, if it's something you want to see more, let us know. We're definitely down. Breen has a wealth of shipwreck facts, and I'm sure that even if she ran out, she watches so many shipwreck documentaries, it'd be a week before she could, like, muster up a whole, like, year's worth of information again. So...
I mean, I really want... I said this at the beginning of the stream. I really wanted to do the Estonia, because that's one of the ships that fascinates me because of the mystery behind it. But I knew that the Costa Concordia had so much information that I would be able to talk about it for like an hour and a half, roughly.
Yeah. So, thank you so much for joining us on this adventure. We're gonna go ahead and head off, but we hope that you learned something. I learned that Francisco, my beloved, is a shitty person, but I really appreciate the meme of it all. So if we ever do this again, he shall remain in that frame in all of our streams.
He's gonna show up in the Top Shelf stream tomorrow.
Yeah.
Some way, somehow, he's gonna be there.
Yeah. And like, it's just gonna be a thing that if we ever do this again, and then people are like, "Why do you have a Francisco what's his face?"
Framed.
No. Like if they know, and they're like, "What do you have Francisco what's his face on your dashboard?" We're like, shipwrecks, come and speak with us. You are a man of culture.
A man of culture. Oh man.
But thank you all. We love you all, and we hope that you have a good night. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.